All right. Hi, I'm Anne Marie, member of the Sunfire Stable Show Team, with another installment of I Signed Up for the Show Team. What's next? We are here for another entry in our Meet the Breed series. I am here with Amanda and her daughter Maddie, and they have some friends along that they're going to tell us about. Ladies, I'm going to step out and let you give a little information here.
Hi everyone. So Maddie and I have a couple of our biggest horses here at Sunfire. We have our Clydesdale breed. This is Jake that I have. Jake is 10 years old. His registered name is Dora Delaney. Dora coming out of Scotland. The breed comes from Scotland, and Jake was born in Canada and came to us from Canada. And Jake is shows with us on our team, and I've been riding Jake for about 4 years now. And he rides English hunt seed, he rides Western, he rides dressage. He also pulls a cart like a traditional Clydesdale. He will pull a single, he'll pull in a pair.
Wow.
He can pull a hitch wagon or a small cart or a wagonette. He has shown both at the World Clydesdale Show in 2018 and took home some hardware from that show. He's also shown at the National Clydesdale Show twice now, and has also taken some hardware home from that show. That show is during the Iowa State Fair, so we did just get back from that show a few weeks ago. And he has a youth rider and a adult rider that ride all disciplines on him. And he is about 18.2 in hands.
Oh my gosh.
So that makes him roughly around 1,800 pounds.
Wow.
So that's a lot of horse.
Right.
A lot of horse to control.
Right.
So, and he is the biggest Clydesdale that we do have here currently on the farm.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And how about you, Maddie? Who do you have?
This is Justice.
Okay, and what's his registered name?
His registered name is DLR Justice.
Okay. And where was he born?
He was born here
Mm-hmm.
on April 14th, I think.
How long have you been riding him?
About a year.
About a
now.
year. And do you ride just Western or English or?
I ride Western, English, dressage.
Uh-huh. Have you driven the cart at all?
Not yet.
Not yet. Is that something you might think about doing?
Maybe.
Either one of you?
Yep. Yeah, I do plan on driving at some point. It's something I would definitely like to do. I know she's mentioned it as well.
Oh, neat.
So that's something that maybe our future holds.
Right. It would be really cool to drive as a pair.
Yep, they've driven as a pair. They're not necessarily would show as a pair, but they definitely would do some casual driving around here as a pair.
Around the farm.
Yep.
One of the things that is most noticeable and what everybody will notice about the Clydesdales, aside from their height, is their legs. What can you tell me about what's going on from the knee below?
So the white part below them, down here, Jake's is pretty full of burrs right now.
Well, it's that time of year
It is
again.
that time of year. But that is called feather, not feathers, feather.
Mhm.
A lot of people like to try and put the S on it.
Right.
For plural, because there's more than one.
Right.
But it is, they do love each other.
They do. They're doing really well.
It is called a feather.
Okay.
And even though there's four, it is just
Singular.
singular. It is pretty thick. When we wash them, we really scrub them. We use some purple shampoos, and we use some Orvis, we call it.
Right.
And we definitely do a lot of scrubbing and a lot of whitening. And then we do use a powder mixture that we will put on them when they're dry. We'll brush it into their legs right before they would to go into a show arena.
So it
So
enhances
it
the
whitens
color.
it up a little bit. Yep.
Yes.
So definitely something that we do when we're at big shows and stuff like that.
Now, for riding around here, now do they both have shoes on?
Yep.
They
Yes.
do.
Yep. They
All
do.
four or?
Nope. Just in
Just
the
on the
front.
front.
Yep. They do have large shoes on the front.
Okay.
Depends on the season if they have what's called borium put in with their
Yes.
shoes as well.
Yes.
But that depends on the season. or the style of shoe that they're wearing.
Sure.
They are pretty big shoes.
They're
and
huge.
You don't definitely want to get stepped on, with those.
Yeah.
But they do wear shoes in the front. And these shoes are for pleasure. The shoes that they're wearing are pleasure shoes.
Okay.
There is a different style of shoe that if they were a hitch horse or a cart horse,
Right.
They would be in a different style of a shoe.
Okay.
So these are pleasure shoes for riding or pleasure driving.
Oh, I noticed at the Hoflingers they're called Scotch bottoms.
Scotch
They're a
bottom,
little
yep.
wider. Yeah.
Yep, that's what they would have on if they were specifically hitch horses.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how much they would eat in a day compared to maybe a normal size, in air quotes, normal size horse?
So I know when we go to shows, we probably fill their hay bags 2 to 3 times in a day.
Okay, so a
at a
good-
show. So they're a good amount they eat. I know that we try to keep them a little fit.
Sure.
Sometimes they like to overeat. So I know Justice is on a little bit of a diet. They also get grain.
Yes.
To help with, top line, things like that. They do get a grain and maybe some supplements depending on whatever we might be doing or whatever we might be at that time during show season maybe. But right now they probably eat a good bale each, maybe every couple days or so, or every day. Between the two of them, they could easily eat a whole bale.
Sure.
So,
They're really pretty calm for how big they are. And obviously every horse is different, but these are two relatively calm horses. I mean, and they, with one wrong step, they could take all three of us out very quickly.
Yep.
But they're very tolerant to stand here. And I know one thing I wanted to bring up is their mustache.
Yes. Jake has a prominent mustache. Justice does
not so much.
No, not so much. Back him up one.
There you go.
So Jake's mustache is pretty prominent,
Oh,
and he
I love
loves
it.
to be. I love it. He gets a lot of attention with it. I always say I'm going to gel it up and curl it.
Yes, yes.
So
Like
yes, I love Jake's mustache.
We have another
Yep,
friend.
Joker's coming up behind us here.
The number 3 gelding here.
Yep. Joker is 5 back there. He came to us when he was, I believe, about a year or 2.
Yeah.
So he's definitely been around too. He's done well showing just as much as Justice has. Justice actually in 2018, he took a 2-time world champion in adult Western and youth Western.
He did really well.
He did very well at the World Show. That was right here in Madison that year.
Oh.
And,
he wants to be in the shot.
Yeah, Justice wants to show off, or Joker wants to show off. And then last year at the national show, Justice with his youth rider and his adult rider did very well. They took a couple national titles home, and Maddie also this year in Iowa took a couple national titles home this year. So
you had some good rides too. The team did very nicely.
We did well. Yep, we
very
showed
nicely.
Well. There was some tough competition there this year.
Oh yeah.
For us, and I think it went well. So we look forward to it again, maybe next year or so. We've talked about some other shows next year, or even again the national show. So these guys are definitely not going to lay low over winter. They're still gonna get worked, and
sure.
We're gonna keep them fit and ready for next year. Yeah.
All right. Well, now the Joker has come and got himself into
Joker's
the shot.
up there now too.
Is there anything else that you thought of that you wanted to add?
I don't know. I know Jake is a treat guy. He loves him some treats.
Okay.
He usually likes some natural treats like carrots and apples and stuff.
And how about
Justice likes apples, doesn't he?
Justice likes everything.
Justice likes everything.
So Maddie, anything or everything, huh?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
These guys get massaged pretty regularly. Every couple of months or so, they'll get a massage. A lady comes in here and she'll work them, especially through show season, loosen them up a little, just like a normal human would,
sure.
or an athlete would. So she does that. And then our farrier comes probably every about 6 to 8 weeks or so and either resets them or trims them or
And he's got Clydes as well.
Yes, our farrier is pretty awesome too to know. He's out of Sparta, Wisconsin.
Yep.
And he is Brookside, and he does a lot of showing. He does 6-horse hitch, 4-horse mare, cart. He does a ton of stuff, and so he's very familiar with the breed. So
Great resource.
Yes, it was a great asset to have him be able to do our farrier work on us.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
All righty.
Boy.
Well, if you don't have any more information to share, and Joker's kind of poking his head in one last time, I think maybe we'll sign off. If anybody has any questions or I'm off the shot. If anybody has any questions or comments, you can leave them below, including why I am wearing what I'm wearing.
Yes, I was just going to say, I'm so glad you wore your kilt today.
As an homage.
Since these horses come from Scotland, that's top of the hat to them for their country and where they come from and what they do. I mean, they were bred for farm work and hitch work and cart work, and the versatility of this breed has really come a long way.
Sure.
So, that's kind of one of the big things that, you know, our owner, the owners here, Dean, who owns them, he has really tried to push that within our breed, within the CBUSA breed council and being on that board.
Sure.
And really trying to push that versatility, that they're not just a farm workhorse, that they do ride, they do trail, they do
Everything a horse does. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they used to live together and they don't anymore, and they sure act like they do. So
like brothers, look at them.
definitely
Okay, I think we're gonna. I think we'll sign off on that one then. Ladies, thank you so much for coming.
absolutely.
Maddie, good luck at state, and have a great time. Thank you so much. This was wonderful. Thank you.